Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you another episode of Fandom News. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and this will be my first one that's not groupie. This episode will be revolving around two theories I've had since episode 5 of Genlock came out. So, this will probably be the upload of the day after episode 6 comes out, so these theories may be confirmed or debunked. But the first theory I'm going to talk about is Val. Now, as we know, she's gender fluid, well, turning to he, but at the moment of me saying this, it's still a she. And in the last episode, we learned that you can hack your brain, and Val and Yaz, they know all about it, whereas Ida doesn't. It's not really specified if Chase does. But I was thinking, if you can rework your brain, recode it to completely alter your personality, is it possible to rework it to alter your genetic makeup in order to, say, switch gender for gender fluid, or have no specific gender if you really want? Because it's been revealed that Valentina has changed before, changed her body before. With the amount of time and money that takes, you really wouldn't want to change back and forth every time. But if you could rework your genetic makeup to just switch whenever you want, it would be feasible that she had switched many times. And we could see a male Val outside of the ether if they want to go down that path. Now, I decided to do that theory first because it's a small theory. The next theory revolves around the evil Holon. Now, this may be me reading too much into it, but I've got a theory that maybe the evil Holon is Chase. Like, now, it's obviously not the Chase we see because he's already in a Holon when he's fighting the evil one. But this all comes down to the phrasing that the Doctor uses. He says, well, yeah, in the last episode he said, not the last episode, the one before I think it was, it's not like I'm making copies. He doesn't say he can't make copies like he did when he was talking about cloning himself. He says he's not making copies. That leads me to believe that it is possible to have two of the same brains uploaded, or so you could have two potential Holons, two or more per person. Now, I don't reckon that Dr. Weller is actually working with the enemy, because he seems to hell bent on improving the Holons to destroy the Union. But what if, when Chase fell into those nanites, nanobots they call it, that kept him alive? Obviously, he used the ESD, disrupted their electrical signals, but they must have been at least partially active to keep him alive. Now, the thing about nanobots is they're basically a hive mind. If one learns something, all of them know it. So, what if when he fell into the massive pool of nanobots that he did, some of those nanobots got into his brain? corrupt, assimilating with the optical and audio channels in your brain, so that whenever he sees or hears something, that it would automatically be uploaded to the Union mainframe with all the other nanites. That would mean that would explain how the Union was able to get Holon tech, because Dr. Weller likes to work on all that while Chase is with him. So they would, even if he was the MR overlay, they would have been able to see it all because of the nanites in his brain. So they would have been able to see how to make a Holon. They also could have made a copy of his infected brain to their mainframe and are using that to fight it back against the Vanguard and all that. Now, I think this is possible, rather than, I think it was either Zhao Long or Fall of Meerkats that said maybe it was his mother or his sister, because we did see Dree in the ether just before they were told that the ether was being attacked. I think this is possible because of what it said, what the evil Holon says in the last episode. When it sees the car, it calls out Miranda. Now, yes, Dree and his mother know Miranda. It was established that they knew her very well. Well, they'd met her, because that was the start of the first episode. But then it talks to Cammy, who Dree and the mother wouldn't know. But it says, "You think too loud. You haven't shut up since your birthday." Cammy's birthday being the first time she was in the Holon. So, the first time their minds were partially linked. So, that means that the evil Holon, if it is actually due to nanites in Chase's brain, which would have gotten uploaded to the system with the rest of his brain, would have been able to link with the other people. And then when fighting Chase, it says, "Let the good times roll." It seems to have the same fighting style as him. And when it realizes that it's Chase in there, it says copy. Kill copy. Meaning that it could believe that it's the original Chase. That it's who Chase really is, and that the Chase we see isn't. So maybe it wants to go overtake Chase's body, which means that if his Holon's ever incapacitated and they can't download him, there's a risk that the evil Holon could upload into Chase's body, and then they'd have to fight him, but they wouldn't want to fight him due to the fact that he's their teammate, he's not the real Chase, and all that. So there could be some potential issues with all that. Now, like I said, this is being recorded day after I watched episode 5. So, a week before this is released to the public, and this is a day after episode 6 is released. So, for all I know, we could find out all this in episode 6, or we could find out that this is completely wrong. I guess we'll have to wait for future episodes, but that's been my theories about what's to come, well, what could potentially come, and this is why I named my episode 5, theories arise. I think that's the wording I used, I don't know. But that's gonna be all for today. I'll catch you in the next one.